Get 50% off per
To those who listen to me, why do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Am I just up? I went to a shrink to analyze my dreams. She says it's like a sex that's bringing me down. I went to a whore. He said my life's a bore. So quit my white cause it's bringing her down. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Grasping to control, so I better hold on. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Like a out to idiot America. Welcome to a new kind of tension all across the alien nation. Everything is meant to be okay. Don't be like dreams of tomorrow. We're not the ones who meant to follow. For that's enough to want you.
Never fear that fucking hell, that's spicy. I may have
My lords, I submitted this question to get the government to confirm once and for all, in light of the recent public speculation regarding its formation and functions, whether the Ulster Volunteer Force is part of an MI5 operation designed to entrap enemy agents operating on British soil.
Sorry, I had my mic off. Could the member please repeat his question? Sorry.
My lords, to simplify the process, I'll just read out the question as on the order paper. To ask His Majesty's government if MI5 was directly aware and involved in any operations relating to the establishment and functioning of the group known as the Ulster Volunteer Force.
I give way to the Attorney General, or Lord Chancellor, sorry.
My lords, I will have to speak in somewhat double speak during this answer, but I will answer the question to the best of the ability without prejudicing national security matters or acting sub judice. But I can confirm that there was no MI5 involvement in the Ulster Volunteers, and that the security service are fully cooperating with the investigation by the Crown Prosecution Service.
I thank the Minister for his honesty, but can the government therefore say to this House that the Home Secretary, one of the most important figures regarding terrorist activity in the United Kingdom, may have inadvertently formed a terrorist organisation, one that in the past has engaged in extrajudicial killings and attacks on civilians and civilian infrastructure?
Oh, great. My lord, whether or not the Home Secretary formed a terrorist group is a matter that I cannot speak on, as it would be sub judice. What I will say is I do not believe that anything that occurred was done unwittingly, and that the only thing that the so-called group are believed to have been involved in was the bombing of Republic of Northern Ireland police van.
My lords, so in short, the Home Secretary has bombed civilian infrastructure, even if it is in an enemy state. The United Kingdom does not randomly bomb civilian targets. It instead attacks military targets, those that actually pose a threat to our forces when they go in. My lords, does the government believe that the actions of the Home Secretary have damaged Britain's international standing and our positioning in the war ahead?
Theo, you can answer this one. I've done your job for you enough.
Sorry, my lord, I'm trying to eat. I would say, personally, that a police van in a terrorist state is in fact a military target. This is well known that police in Ireland carry guns, and they have no powers under UK law. Therefore, these are paramilitary paramilitary members operating as police force, subduing good citizens of Northern Ireland, and therefore the Ulster Unionist Ulster Volunteer Force did in fact attack a paramilitary group.
My lords, does the public believe? Does the government believe that it has lost credibility with the public, with the Home Secretary alleging that this was an MI5 operation, when in reality we have just been told that it wasn't an MI5 operation? He has misled the public, and does the government believe that he should be axed as quickly as possible from this cabinet?
I'll take this one, Theo. My lords, the government does acknowledge that there will be a loss of public confidence following the alleged actions of the Home Secretary. But due to the fact that this government does not wish to act sub judice in regard of the likely prosecution of the Home Secretary for a multitude of terrorism offences, it would be improper for him to be dismissed from his post until such time as all relevant charges have been disposed of by the courts, if such charges are brought.
My lord, does the government believe that its relationship with the security service at a time when it has come under fire significantly, does the government believe that its relation with it has been damaged due to the Home Secretary's attempts to pass the blame onto an organisation that in reality had no clue what he was up to?
My lords, the security service is a very professional branch of government, and I believe that they'll be able to recover from any potential disagreements with the government.
My lords, in light of this incident, and indeed the incident the other day involving potentially anti-Semitic chants being raised in the other place, does the government believe it has lost its credibility? Does it believe that now is finally the time for national government to step in and take control where the SDP has currently failed to, amid Britain's international support coming near to crumbling, and with various nations pointing out the failings of government officials to manage this country properly?
With all due respect to the Lord, this government is intent on winning this war. We do not believe national government is needed, and it is not what Britain needs. We had this debate the other day, and I stand on everything I said in that debate still.
My lords, the Lord Privy Seal says national government isn't necessary. By that logic, we should have a united cabinet going into this war, agreed in what it needs to do, in what its policy should be. So then why was the Home Secretary apparently speaking out against a non-aggression pact with the Republic of Ireland, a country which I will admit has been attacked previously because of its unclear and faltering position on this conflict? But just as we were about to secure long-term peace with the Republic that would prevent them from aiding Russian intelligence in a major capacity, the Home Secretary decides to speak against them, breaking cabinet collective responsibility, instead going against the treaty that his own government supported the creation of and wanted the other place to approve. That it has collective responsibility collapsed. And what will the government do to actually regain trust and ensure that we have the decent wartime leadership that the people of this country truly deserve?
Take this one, Tom. Fine. My lords, the cabinet is united. We of course have differences regarding certain policies. However, this is ironed out in the cabinet meetings we have. Unfortunately, the Home Secretary wasn't aware how important the piece of the treaty was to the government, and that caused a minor setback.
My lords, this is ludicrous now. I understand people can have their own opinions, but I'm going to give the cabinet their job description, and it all falls under this important phrase, collective responsibility. The idea that you can have disagreements in private, but together you present a united front. Where is that? That has completely collapsed in light of the Home Secretary's memo, and considering that he didn't know how important it was, apparently. Is this a sign that the government is so badly mismanaged, ministers don't know what measures they should be supporting, what measures they should be opposing? It seems like a circus going on in there. So will the minister admit this government has lost control and it cannot, under any circumstances, be considered united in any form?
My lords, the cabinet is united still. As I will continue to say that. We speak regularly, and this was just a mistake by the Home Secretary. I'm not too up to date on how the Commons, or how the Chief Whip and Leader of the House categorise and whip their bills, as that's not really my department. However, from my understanding, the whip was not as heavily emphasised as it should have been, and that caused the miscommunication in the House.
My lords, this is just insanity right now. First of all, we have proof that the cabinet isn't united, and now the minister is trying to argue it is united. Which one is it? Is the cabinet united or is it disunited, as has been proved multiple times by the vote on the treaty the other day?
One vote doesn't prove a disunited cabinet, my lords. And I once again reiterate the cabinet is united.
Would the minister not agree that a minister openly speaking out against a treaty negotiated by the most senior members of the government is a sign of cabinet disunity?
I unfortunately did not watch the speech, so I can't comment on what the Home Secretary said or the contents of the debate itself. Has the Civil Service Bill not been put for the third reading? I didn't realise that. No, it's not. Whoops. Okay, yeah, I'll do that next session, Lakes. My lords, I beg we move into a committee of the whole House to discuss this bill. I don't believe so. My lords, I beg that we move the bill in my name to report to the entire House without
Josh,
change.
Josh, this is
No,
when you
what is it?
this is when you speak, Josh. Yes, it is.
Hope we keep the Committee of the Whole House in the standing orders. This is quite decent. I suppose you don't need to.
I'm just looking for what you need to say, Josh.
I mean, I think we need to do some standing order changes, but committee is probably one to keep.
Why don't you just allow amendments on the second and third readings?
Josh, I can find what you need to say, as I've done this a couple of times now.
Oh, that was good. Put too much spice on the chips, though. DODNs? Whoa.
No, Josh, listen, Josh, you say that.
Someone says it, I'll just say it. My lords, I understand no amendments have been set down for this bill and that no noble lord has indicated a wish to speak in committee. Unless therefore any noble lord objects, I beg to move that the order of commitment be discharged. Harry Bosch. This guy's either Irish or Northern Irish. He's Irish. We're out of committee now, so you just move back to the Woolsack, I'm pretty sure. Thank you, my lords. So I've motioned this motion simply to update the House on the status of the war, as well as our international standing, and just have a little chat about it. I do recognise there was foreign people in the WEC, so I was going to see if I could motion to sit in private. However, they've gone, so that's up to the House, I guess. Should I motion it? No? Alright, I won't then.
There's a senior member of a foreign government standing above the clock directly in front of you, Theo.
Where? Oh. Is that an Israeli?
From what I understand, it's a senior member of their government, at least if MI6's information is correct.
I'm not sure he's in the group chat though. He's not in the VC, is he? Unless it's
I don't
Ch-
know,
ch-
but
I don't believe he is. Do you want to shall we tell you, I motion this house sits in private.
in fairness, it's the MI6 chief, so God knows whether or not he's right.
You
For
can't,
all we know,
we're
for
in
all we know, he
session.
could be a. For all we know, he could be a
How is it
cleaner.
out of order? Yeah, I know. I was on the. Yeah. Wait, can I not motion sit in private? Does that need to be Does that need to be done beforehand?
Yeah, Theo, just get on
Okay.
with it.
Never mind. Let's stray away from top secret topics then. So my lords, this is the war has started. Both sides are preparing, and I believe that we are in a great place. Currently, we have many countries on our side. At a glance, maybe five or six. And this is great. We have so many soldiers. I do not know if the Russians can keep up. And their quality, unreal quality. We have formed the greatest army that this this United Nations has ever seen in its life. Some people are declaring this to be a great international war. A world war would indicate it will last more than, I mean, it's 5 years, so like Roblox terms, that's like 2 weeks. No, not 2 weeks, 2 months. That would indicate this war's going to last 2 months. This war's not going to last 2 weeks, my lords. This is going to be, as they say, epic.
My lords, I'm sure the whole house will join me in giving our servicemen and women all the luck we can as they prepare to go and fight in the Great Roverse War. But, my lords, I have to say, I think the government could do a little bit more. I think it's about time that we allowed the formation of home guards, of willing volunteers, be it members of this place, the police, the media industry, whatever, who are publicly spirited citizens willing to go and fight for this country. And so I hope the government will consider this proposal and that the Ministry of Defence will oversee the creation of such a Home Guard regiment. I don't know. For all we know, we could call them the 301st Dad's Infantry Division in honour of that great British show, Dad's Army. Yeah.
My lords, I do not know if a Home Guard division would go abroad. However, I do know that the government is looking at options regarding lessening the requirements to join the BAF, whilst keeping the security up in terms of people joining. Don't want any spies. However, and we're also considering other options, as mentioned a few weeks ago, such as conscription. But we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that. Great chat. If nothing else is left to say, my lords, I do motion we adjourn. Oh, forgot about that bit. I motion we adjourn, my lords. Woohoo! They should really make like you know, like the really like American voiceovers that like, oh no, it's usually British voiceovers, isn't it? It's like today Stephanie went to Tesco's and got into a spot of bother. You know what I'm talking about. It's usually on Police Intercepts as well. They should do that. Someone should record the lords and put that on. That's my idea. The leader of the house was grilled lightly. I thought we did all 3 readings of the Civil Service Bill, but apparently it's not made it far. It's not that he's made it to report thing. I'll just whack